Have you ever heard that you only use 10% of your brain? I'm here to tell you if that's true or false. I'm Dr. Allison Coffin. I'm a meditation expert and I teach busy moms easy, doable ways to meditate so you can get back to your life and be happy while you do it. So today I want to talk about that myth that I've heard, and I'm sure many people have heard, that you only use 10% of your brain. To get started off, we actually can use the whole thing. It's not that big and there's a lot of neurons in it. Something that's interesting is that our brain is not typically fully developed until you're around 25 years old. So a 4-year-old's brain does not have the same cognitive abilities that a 25-year-old's brain does. Also, a 20-year-old's brain does not have the same cognitive abilities that a 25-year-old's brain or a 40-year-old's brain does, typically. So I'm going to talk about a couple different facets of the brain and how we can integrate them together so you can be using the whole thing to your advantage, because nobody wants to be using 10% of their brain. It's not good. Okay, so I have my brain model here, and just a review, our brain is about the size of 2 fists, and there's 2 different sides of the brain. They're called hemispheres. There's a left brain and a right brain. The 2 sides of our brain have different functions. The left brain is very linear. It likes things in lists. It likes, it just loves order, right? It likes things you line them up. It likes that I'm saying the letter L. So a lot of times. So the left brain is it's an analytical side of your brain. The right brain, part of your brain, is a more creative part of your brain, but it doesn't mean that the 2 cannot work together. So when we do try to integrate 2 sides of our brain to work together instead of just being on one side, it makes us a more whole human being, and also can really enhance our relationships, which is what a lot of us are looking for, because that's kind of a large purpose of our lives, is to have relationships. So to integrate the 2 parts of our brain, a good thing to do is to, if you do have an analytical brain and you would like more of a creative brain, when you do make your list, give yourself time to doodle on that list. It seems like a simple thing, but it helps integrate. The other thing is, if you are a creative and you live in this creative landscape, try, when you're in your creation mode, to put a not a limit on it, to make a list for it. So say, like, these are the creative things that I'm doing today. So you don't get lost in that right creative side of your brain where you are paying attention to the organizational things, because we need both sides of our brain and we need both sides of the things that it does to get it to work for us. Another thing to integrate, so we've talked about this before, but the front of our brain is really the calm part of our brain. It's our prefrontal cortex, and it makes our body calmer and more engaged, more apt to hear other people and respond to conflict appropriately. The back of our brain, oops, dropped part of it. The back of our brain is really there for like when we're in our fight or flight. So we want to kind of use that for when we need it, but not be living there. So to integrate the 2 parts, the best thing to do for that is to do meditation, which I talk about all the time, but feel free to grab the link here if you want to get started on your meditation journey and getting your back of your brain and your front of your brain to connect. So you know, we use a lot more than 10% of our brain. The ways to connect it all together, we just talked about. Feel free to use those and go do it. Try to do it right now. Try to do one of those things that I just said. Just try to do it. And if you need help with the meditation portion, click the link below. There's a guided meditation for you. Just click it. It'll come to your inbox. And I just want you to remember that the peace and calm that you create today really does help create a generation of peaceful people, and you are the person that's doing it.